I'm back again with another video. This morning I left you guys a video, so it's still the same day, still Saturday, and I thought I'd go ahead on and record this video while it was fresh on my mind. And yeah, my video this morning triggered these thoughts. Are you ready for retirement? Are you planning for retirement? Have you planned for retirement? Are you prepared for retirement? Those are the questions that I'm posing to you today. And if you're over 50, these thoughts should have surfaced at some point in your mind. So if you're interested in this video, keep watching. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is my second video for today, and I wanted to just throw some thoughts out there for you guys to think about. You know, I often talk about retirement and what I plan to do at retirement, and it just was something that I thought that I should throw out to any of my followers who are 50 and over, to plant a seed in your mind that you should be thinking about or preparing. So because we do know that most of us, I think they said about 20% of people are really prepared when retirement comes around, and that's a very low number. So I just wanted to pose that thought to you guys. I feel like if I live to be 65, 66, or 67, I do not want to be still slaving on a job unless I'm doing something that I truly love and it truly brings me passion and purpose, and you know that I can only see myself doing that then. So when I think about it, I'm like, you know, how prepared am I? And it gets you to thinking about your resources and the things that you're doing in your life currently, your spending habits and all of that, and it makes you feel like, you know, these are things I need to be thinking about and start trying to put into place if I haven't started. If you're as old as I am and you're just getting started, yeah, you late in the game, but it's never too late to start trying to improve upon that. And I just want to share some thoughts with you today, so to help you maybe start thinking. So I'm going to be looking down at my phone. I got some notes I had taken, and just think about it. It said that by age 50, you should be considered on track. I know I wasn't. I was not at age 50. And this is the crazy number, and then this is just based on statistics, and I don't know even if inflation is factored into this. This census was done, I think, let me see, what's the year of this? I think it's 2021. It said that you should have 3 to 6 times your pre-retirement gross income saved. All right. And then it said at age 60, you should have 5.5 to 11 times your salary saved in order to be considered on track. Now, that's not realistic for most people. You know why? Because you have to factor in that everybody don't make the same amount of money. I don't even know what salary they're looking at, because if someone is on the lower end of the scale of a salary, I think they said the poverty level is below $30,000 a year. So if you're making below $30,000 a year, I don't care if you have 11 times your salary, it's still not enough, because you're struggling even now to make it. So those are just thoughts to think about. Like I said, I don't know how they're basing these statistics and facts on things, but it does help you to kind of think about where you are, and you think about what you do have saved, or if you have savings at all. Some people lost savings, you know, when the market crashed, so that's a factor as well. I don't know if they're basing it on if nothing happened in life and everything was going smooth, but there were like crises that happened, and then people have helped families, and you have children that's in college that you've had to pull money out, or maybe you had to save your home or put it up, or it's a number of factors could take place in life that could alter this track. So those are things to consider when you're looking at being on track. And here's another factor that they said, and I think this census was also in 2021. They said at the age of 65 or older, the higher level average balance of a 401k is $279,000, and the medium balance is about $87,000. Now, I'll be honest with you, that ain't me. If some of you all are there, kudos, shout out. Can I borrow $1? But those are some of the statistics to say that that's what you should have in your 401k. And if you do, hey, you did a great job, awesome job. But that is not the majority of Americans. So that's a factor to think about. Another interesting factor that I noticed was that it said that 30% of retirees had no savings. And that's a lot of people. A lot of people live strictly off of Social Security when they retire, because that's just not something that everybody's able to do. We live in a country where we're taxed on everything, and which is sad. That's why a lot of people choose to move out of the country, because there are countries where you can purchase land, you can purchase, and build your home, and once you purchase that, you're done. But we live in a country where you can purchase your land, build your home, but you're still paying taxes. You're still paying the government for something you've already purchased. And when I started thinking about that when I got a little bit older, I was just like, wow, that's interesting that I totally never really own anything, because if I'm always paying money on something, then I truly still don't own it. Also, some of the statistics shows that at age 65 in 2022, the average Social Security check was around $2,400. That's the average check. Now, we're talking about the average check, and with the inflation and the way the housing market is, the way rent is right now, that's lower than some people's rent, lower than some people's, mortgage. So if you're only getting that a month, then, let's just say $1,500 of that goes to your rent or your mortgage. If your home is not paid off, let's just say rent, because a lot of people are renting. That's still not a lot of money. So if you don't have anything in savings, then you're struggling. Y'all done sit up here and let me have food around my mouth. I ain't said nothing. But anyway, let me stop getting off track. But yeah, think about that, guys. That's the average check from Social Security is around $2,400 a month. The average. Now, there are people that make more, but that's the average at the age of 65. That's a lot to think about. Another thing that you need to consider and think about, the statistics say that about 40% of retirees who have saved money run out of money. So that means they didn't save enough. They didn't have enough saved in order to retire. That's a thought. That's something to think about. Will you run out of money? So to be honest with you, you really truly can't really prepare to the point where you will be for sure secure, unless you take some steps to have other things going on. That's why a lot of people choose to become entrepreneurs, so that if they retire, they can work their businesses on the side. I have some, like, as people call them, little side hustles going on in order to be able to make it. Or either people are coming together and, if you have a spouse, a husband and a wife that live together, it takes both of your incomes to make it. It's a lot to consider, and that's why a lot of people are doing alternative lifestyles. And I hear a lot of people complaining or putting it down because somebody chooses to do something that you feel like you would never be able to do, but that's not your choice to make. I was watching a video earlier where a lady was about to retire. She talked about perhaps going van life, and then people were calling it dumb and stupid, bad decision, and she's old, and why would she do this? And you're not in that person's position to be able to say what is good for them and what's not. It might not be good for you, but you can't say. And if that's going to give her a good quality of life with the money that she earns, then that's her choice. And I'm sure when people are preparing for that, hopefully they're taking the steps to research and do the things that need to be done in order to be able to live that life. You do have to factor in at some point you will age to the point where you might need care. At that point, maybe they may decide to go to a senior facility or a retirement community or something. But while they're able to still navigate life and they want to do things to give them a good quality of life, maybe it's better for them to travel around. So we're not here to judge people. We're here to listen to their reasons and why they're doing things. And maybe we can compare and make choices for our lives. And when I talk about early retirement, a lot of times I get people looking at me sideways like, girl, it's no way you're ready. You're not even at retirement age. I'm not, but I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I want quality of life. When I saw that post, it talked about how you work all these years, over 40 years, and then when you reach retirement age, you have 11 years left of good living, because they base it on the statistics of when people's health fail or when they're older and can't really do a lot of things, that's not really good to think about. I have 11 years left, and those years might not be quality years. And I don't want to spend all my life working a job for somebody else and making someone else rich. You know, the mindset I feel that I have now, I wish I had when I was younger. The things we learned in school didn't teach us these things. You know, we learned a lot of things in school that I felt really wasn't necessary. A lot of history that wasn't even relevant to me, that I've ever used, that ever mattered to me. The history that I needed, I never gained. I gained once I became an adult. So the things we should be teaching young people in school has to do with how they're going to make it, how they're going to build on the money they make, or the type of jobs they have, or even giving kids the skills in school at an early age so that when they reach adulthood, they're not struggling to find work. So it's a lot of things to think about. That's why a lot of people are choosing to move abroad, so that they can have a better quality of life off of the small amount of money that they make. So those are things I just wanted to put out there to have you think about. And don't judge people when they have an alternative lifestyle or they decide to do something different. You know, I'm going to always do what I got to do to take care of me. But if I feel that I want to retire early because I'm tired of working for someone else, and I think about it, I spend more of my time at someone's job than I do in my own home. Because you think about it, when you're home, you spend a lot of hours. The average American sleeps 6 to 8 hours a night. And you're not spending a lot of time awake enjoying life. So you should be thinking about what you can do now to give yourself a better quality of life. So for you that are younger than 50, or even if you are 50, you know, below 55, I would say, you got a time to start thinking, preparing, you know, because some of us are hitting the ground running that are over 55 because we didn't prepare, or we weren't at a point where our finances was able to be prepared, especially if you raised children, especially if you did it alone a lot of the time like I did, and you had to help them when they were going to college and different things of that nature. It's just a lot to think about and consider. So where are you in your plans for retirement? It is never too early to think about it. Even if you're in your 40s, it's not too soon to start thinking about it. Hopefully, if you have a good career, you are putting money to the side, you have some type of savings plan. There's CDs that you can purchase out there to put money to the side. There's investment opportunities. Take this time from someone who waited late in life to take my advice, you know, my suggestion to start making plans or start thinking about writing down some things that you can do to better your quality of life when you reach over 55, 60, 65 years old. Just wanted to share that with you all today. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, always peace and love. See you soon. Bye.